Hello everyone, welcome back to another action-packed full game of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So, last episode I was by myself, and today I'm actually joined by two guests.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yep, Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
3.
It's like, well, no, it's 3. But yeah, it's like we had, it's like they went after a pizza design, like, you know, like a deluxe pizza. New content! Okay, we're going this way. Fuck everything else.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
You just did that, like,
It's very exciting to show you. I sound like Hagrid from Harry Potter.
It sounds like who?
Hagrid from Harry Potter.
He does not sound like fucking Hagrid. He sounds more like, what's his name? David Attenborough. I'm probably butchering his last name, but, like, David Attenborough is, like, literally the top, like, BBC One guy. Like, he's the guy who you hear on every, like, single, like, channel or anything like that, where he's like, buy this new product. Or, like, even in other, like, things, like, their documentaries on animals. Like, we have Planet Earth with Morgan Freeman. They have, like, What is Earth with David Attenborough.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt
You
me.
see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark.
I know,
any
like,
new content for it
one
should
of you
live up
guys
to that
hasn't
legacy.
actually played
So
the original.
forget this Ultra Deluxe
this is not in
nonsense.
the original,
I say we
just
take
so you
it
know.
one step even further.
Oh, shit.
Which is why I'm
shit,
very
the lights
proud
just
to
went out.
announce for the first time ever the
Is this
Stanley
remaster
Parable
or
2.
The Stanley Parable 2. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
And you're right.
Is this the same game?
Yeah, this is
Calling
still
it the Stanley Parable 2
Ultra
is
Deluxe.
just so much catchier than
Okay, like,
Ultra
what's the
Deluxe,
these
don't you
rooms?
think?
Like,
Ultra Deluxe? What does it
Those
even
cabinets.
mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Okay, so a PowerPoint or slide?
Well, it's not really a PowerPoint, it's like different fonts for, like, the title. But yeah,
Now,
this
to be
is
clear,
definitely
I
different
haven't
from
quite
last time.
nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
See.
Okay,
This way
so
to
it's
the
a,
showing floor.
it's a game where the narrator talks all the time. Got it?
Basically. And you go on wacky adventures.
And just ignore whatever the narrator says. Don't press it. No, you do press
Oh,
it.
wow. Look at that. Look at that craftsmanship.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the
Welcome
new
to Black
features.
Oh gosh, I don't even know what to try first.
It is Black Mesa.
Cat, I'm surprised you didn't even do the original stuff first.
Well, I did, but, like, those are in the other videos. Well, I did one of the originals. Well, technically, there's none of the originals in here. They changed all of them. But I did 2 of the older ones, and now I'm doing... Wow, wow. 2 with the thumbs up. That's
Really?
beautiful.
Okay.
Let's go this way.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So
say,
with
like,
that in
murder
mind,
or,
my
like,
first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
I'm scared. I want to press it. Let's see what happens.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I hear your
so-
keys on its keyboard.
Well, yeah, that's the keyboard in game. It wasn't doing. Oh, I have to press here. Let's see what it says for the name.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of
Oh.
course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just
Yes,
play along.
my
I
name is
promise
now
you'll
Jim.
love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath,
Right.
clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
What the
Do you
fuck?
feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Okay, fine. Because there's no other way I'm getting out of this.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you! Do it again! Do it again!
I don't think I want to do it again. I'm kind of ready to get out of here. I'm getting a little claustrophobic.
From now on, I'm gonna start calling
It
you
hits
Jim.
even harder the second
cat.
time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley
I'm
Parable
done
2,
with this
it
one.
would still be worth the money.
No,
Let's
no, it
take a
wouldn't.
break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Oh, wow.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
That'd actually be kind of funny. Oh, the jump circle. Infinity hole. You guys know where we're going. We're going to the infinity hole.
I guess that's your character in the game that you're playing right now.
Infinity hole. Infinity hole. We're jumping in the infinity hole. There's so many
Do
new
it.
places to explore.
I don't want
It says the infinite hole.
Infinity hole. It has a better
No.
ring to it.
Infinity is what it's spelled with a Y. Infinite.
Stanley, here's an
is
idea that I'm
infinite.
truly fond
Infinity
of.
hole
It's
has a
never
better
been done
ring to it.
before in a video game.
Don't care.
This is in fact
We're going with the
a
correct
hole
grammar.
that you can fall
No,
down
infinity
forever.
hole.
That's right.
No, infinite.
Infinite falling. You
Infinity!
can fall until the end of time if you like.
And
A
beyond.
standing
Oh,
forward
shit.
for
I may
video
have
games
messed
as
this
a
up.
medium. You see? Isn't it
No, you did
wonderful?
good.
One of my more
Oh,
ingenious
gosh.
concoctions, if I do
I've
say
made a
so.
mistake!
Now then, since you've
No, you
gotten
did
to
good.
see the infinite
I've made a
hole,
mistake!
you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I wonder how far. I wonder how long I can keep this going.
Now,
All
I
right,
don't mean to be a
that's good.
bummer, but I do
good.
recommend you use the
You're good.
teleport button to go back to the
like
top.
Going.
void in
Maybe
Minecraft.
do it on the
It's like
sooner
going through the
rather
Doctor
than
Who
later
intro.
spectrum of things.
Time vortex.
Do 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 do
Where's the chart?
Okay, Stanley,
It's just a
I don't know
black hole.
quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
I wonder
Is
if
it a
the
very,
next,
very deep hole?
intro for
To
the
be
next,
certain it is.
14th Doctor is
It's an
gonna be
extremely
this.
deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an
Oh my gosh,
astonishingly
look
deep
how far
hole.
we
It
are
is.
from the
Is
surface.
it infinite?
God, I
Well,
can still
that
see the
sort of
light.
depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is
scared.
merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a
Oh, we
Don't
hit
miss
the
the
bottom!
fun.
hey, well, good
was
for
worth
you.
it.
You found the bottom of the hole. You
It really
found
was.
me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look,
Is that
I think the
a-
issue
a
here
cloud?
is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Me.
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually. Don't you put this on me? Maybe you're the problem.
I'm not the problem, you're the problem.
Things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great.
well,
now,
there's probably
I'm
something-
very excited to show you even more of
Do
my
it again.
ideas for the
Do
sequel.
it again. Do it
No.
again. Oh.
I want to see what other new things there are, but that's probably going to lead into another ending. That's pretty funny. But my gosh, this is kind of like amazing. To me, it's amazing.
What a huge step.
Okay, no secrets. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't say it's no secrets.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one.
Ooh.
I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of
Oh, it is
decoration,
fun.
like balloon. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
That's not funny. Oh my gosh! And they put it all over the like art
Or
too.
actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay, so we have done the infinite hole. Correct grammar and not giving it a cool name. Infinity hole is better.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful! I want it!
Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative
We're gonna chase
is that
the
there will
light.
be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy
This
of
reminds
watching
me
a
of that
number
little
go up.
night that they were
You
chasing
simply
and
collect
finding
all
Nemo
of
until
them,
they found
and then
out it
you
was a
move
big
the hell on
anglerfish.
with your unremarkable life.
This is actually kind of creepy.
Oh nope, it's that. What?
You know, this reminds me of that one thing from, Batman.
Alright, you found it.
Okay, 106. Collect them all.
Yeah. They're like Pokemon.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
See, that's probably gonna give me a new achievement. Oh, they brought back the jump circle. Do I have any jumps remaining? Still 0.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well.
It actually kept
I
that
suppose it can
save.
just be a nice decorative piece then.
That was actually kind of funny. Because, like, earlier on, in the earlier video, when I did that, I actually used all the jumps all in one go. But,
Now
yeah.
here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Wait,
Yes.
what?
You see,
Free
you'll
achievement?
come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
A boost key?
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
You see what he does to me? You see what, like, this all divulges into? It's just literally him making fun of me. For wanting
Exactly.
nice things.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
We've gone there. We've gotten the collectible. Let's see, is there anything else that's actually... Let's see, we went where... Let's see where this goes. Well, I can't actually go that way. The exit. Let's exit out of here. But yeah, so yeah, Coleman, this is basically the Stanley Parable.
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay? All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
I guess we gotta go see the bucket. But I don't wanna go see the bucket.
Why not? What's wrong
Well,
with the
because
bucket?
it's a bucket. He's probably going to toss a bucket at me and it's gonna kill me.
Oh my gosh, you baby.
I am not a
A
baby.
common complaint of the Stanley
bucket.
Parable was
Eat
that it
it.
was
Eat
confusing
it.
and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime
nothing
you're
in there.
holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and
Wait,
your
look up.
heart. It's true.
Look up.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting
Oh,
contradictions of the
bucket.
Stanley Parable will feel
Wait.
perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
I gotta give the bucket a try. What the fuck?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket
That was
lends you an
not
air of
comforting.
charisma as well?
know, right?
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
So, do I just carry around this bucket for the rest of the game? I guess so.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? There really should be an award if it isn't already.
What an
Okay, now it's time to get out of here. Because now I've completed the bucket thing. Now let's see where this leads.
I like the detail that the handle is actually shaking.
I thought you were... Oh, I can't pick that up. I thought you were going to say how it looks like wood. Look at that. Look at that beautiful art.
Look at that
Stanley.
wood.
Number
Yeah, I meant,
screenshots.
I mean, if
Or
you
no,
did,
please
yeah.
use screenshots.
The
So,
handle.
Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
This is actually kind of beautiful.
Okay,
Like,
are you
being
ready?
Right here.
here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
What?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes,
actually
this
kinda
is much
interesting.
better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
What the fuck?
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
All
This
right.
isn't a coherent
I know,
video
right?
game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game.
Sure they
I
do.
wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they wouldn't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully,
what?
of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly? Well, I suppose it could. But it would need a really tremendous
really
title
cool.
screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see
Uncompromised.
if I can whip something up.
Hello?
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
It just booted us back to the beginning. So... No.
Oh, look at that.
What?
That was it?
No, that isn't it. This is something completely different now. The Stanley Parable 2. It just literally just made us go through another title screen. Let's begin this and see where it takes us.
It's the first game.
Yeah, that
What?
was actually unexpected. It actually like full on changed the title screen too. Like it literally kicked us to the title screen.
Yeah, it just pulled an Undertale, basically.
Yeah, well, this is before Undertale.
This is the story of a man named
Well,
Stanley.
still, you know all the crazy, wacky menu stuff that Undertale
Stanley
did.
worked for
Wow.
a company
The
in a big building
balloons!
where he was employee number
They added the
427.
balloons.
Employee number 427's job was simple.
Am I gonna have
He
a
sat at his
bucket?
desk in room 427.
I was thinking about skipping this until I saw
Orders
the
came
balloons.
to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did
I know we
every
already
day,
have seen
every
this
month
right here
of
before, but
every year.
I saw the balloons and
Although others
I
might
have to just
considered it
sit and
soul
watch the
crushing,
balloons.
Stanley
sing.
relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
That was
And
completely
then one
unexpected.
day, something very peculiar happened.
The Stanley
something
Parable
that would
2.
forever change Stanley.
Is it gonna be a,
something
or
he
is it
would
gonna
never
say
quite
Stanley
forget.
Parable 2 from now on?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized
That's
that
for
not
you to
one
find out, isn't it?
single order
know, right?
had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him
The
instructions, call a meeting, or even say
The balloons.
hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
There's
this
so many
complete
balloons.
isolation.
Apart from the balloons,
Something was
everything
very
else-
clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Until
But as he
now.
came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Let's see.
No, we can hear you. Just very faint.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I picked up the bucket.
Good job.
I know, right?
Okay, just what are you gonna do with it?
I don't know, but there has to be some purpose for the bucket.
Drawers.
And
Drawers.
there's also wait, you can't
Drawers.
actually
Yes.
open up the drawers.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Let's see. We have the bucket, so there should be like trophies.
Throw it at the window.
I can't throw the bucket.
Oh, okay.
Throw it.
I can't.
Stanley clutched the bucket
Do
tightly
it.
to his
Hold on,
chest
shush.
and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I love this already.
And here it was.
The waiting
Had the
room.
bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
That's great. The bucket is now speaking.
No, never mind. The bucket was
Like,
wrong.
and then all of a sudden, your character
Stanley
just
took
like
the door on
moves
his left
inside the
to go
bucket
back
and
to the
just
meeting room.
Turtle doll.
Yeah, so like the last two episodes I did, we went down that way. So we're gonna go down this way with the
And so
bucket.
the two of them detoured through
Oh,
the
okay, now
maintenance section and
I've
walked
seen
straight
it now.
ahead to the opposite door.
We're going on our own adventure this time. Bucket or no bucket.
We're going on a trip in
With
our favorite rocket ship.
Well, I
Oh,
that.
good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd
That's
find
such
this
a
place
fucking
eventually.
bucket.
What?
Okay, what? Wait.
This is different. It's different.
Isn't that the baby you tried to burn in part?
Shh, I did not burn any baby. That is a lie. That is slander.
You see, your
No,
friends and I
no,
are concerned for
no,
you, Stanley.
Reggie,
We've come
Reggie,
together
That
here
is
because
slander.
we care about you very
Reggie.
much.
Dang
It's
it,
this
Cat.
bucket
Talking
you're
about,
carrying
that's
around everywhere.
slander.
One.
The bucket
Part
isn't
one.
even
Hold
from
on,
the
we
original
should-
Stanley
shush.
Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
But the bucket.
Broom closet.
The broom closet. We gotta do this for like 2 seconds.
Different ending. 3, 2, 1.
You know, it'd be funny. He usually says something about getting inside the broom closet.
Oh, it was just the set.
Whee! Look at that wacky
Where's-
line. Who
there's
knows
also a
where it'll
broom
go
closet
off to
upstairs.
next? Oh, and it played
Yeah.
some silly music as well.
More Steve.
I love this.
March to victory.
You guys love this music?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What the fuck?
It's as
Okay,
classic now as
so-
it was back then. Let's do it
Wow.
for the fans, Stanley.
Also,
Let's give them
Stanley's
more
addicted to
content
drugs and
exactly
hookers.
like this. But
was
if we
out
want
of
to do
nowhere.
that, you're going to have to give something up.
We cannot clip this.
Man, they just summarized Richard in one go without even knowing Richard.
I'm not giving up this bucket.
Hey,
You'll have to pray for my cold dead
The
body.
narrator is gonna take it from you.
I don't like hookers.
I don't even know where it's taking me. Holy shit, that looks evil.
Indiana Jones.
Ooh.
Don't you get it, Stanley?
Indiana
We need a
Jones.
bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Yes.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out
Okay,
character
James
with so
Bond.
much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No, I don't. I'm not getting rid of this
Can
bucket.
you guess what the Bucket Destroyer
Reggie,
does?
there's no other
Surely
way.
you don't need me to spell
There
it
are
out
other
for
ways.
you.
This is your only choice.
Go ahead now, Stanley.
The way.
Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
There has to be another way.
You might get ice cream.
Oh, I may get ice
Now
cream.
listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
You
No,
must-
I am
I
not
don't
giving
know
it the
what
bucket.
Bucket Destroyer will do if it
bucket.
can't
The bucket.
destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
This
That
is my
is
bucket.
its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
Give
Well,
it
you
a
see,
bucket.
if you were to really explore
Do
the
it.
Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so
Chat,
densely
there's no
loaded
other
with
way.
complexity and nuance that it's really like 10
gonna get
personality
three
traits. What other
take that
object in this
left right
game
there.
can you even say that
not
about?
throwing the
The
bucket
broom
in.
closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of
Do it.
Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
I think this is about to
Okay, the
explode.
Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset
Yeah,
now. You'll have
it's
to
'cause you're
hurry
not
and
giving
feed
it
it.
the
We
bucket.
can't get back to the classic
give it the
Stanley
bucket.
Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket
It's
Destroyer
gonna blow up.
until you
bucket.
crush that damn bucket. Quickly
Yeah,
now,
you're
the
doomed.
fans
You're
are
doomed us
waiting.
all.
Do it, the
No,
fans,
this is my
Stanley.
bucket.
Give the fans what
refuse.
they want. Hurry and...
You can't leave. You're doomed. And you're dead. You died.
Why?
I think I actually died. I think that actually... What the fuck?
You died. You didn't give it the bucket.
Bucket
You're dead.
Destroyer.
Hold on, shush.
My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
What the fuck?
Rip.
And this is the kind of game that we would create if we wrote games.
Exactly. And you see, this is why I like the Stanley Parable so much.
Minecraft room.
They don't have the Minecraft room anymore.
Gosh.
You sounded like a disappointed mother trying to tell their kids something devastating in the
All
most
of his
sincere way
co-workers were
possible.
gone.
What
What could it
No
mean?
Minecraft room
Stanley
anymore.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Who
he had
knows?
simply missed a memo.
Oh, the bucket. Let's take the
Stanley
bucket and go
lifted
where he
the
wants
bucket
us
into
to
his
go.
arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Okay, so I guess the narrator.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So I guess we're literally playing the Stanley Parable 2 now, because the bucket's still here and the balloons are still here.
still no one was here. Stanley
Yes.
needed the bucket's warmth
Wait,
and
so-
comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Broom closet.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy, it's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
Why does it feel like you can
I can
use
really feel it
those
now.
tools?
It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here.
Why
It's
does he
supposed
want to
go
get rid
with
of
the
my
other
bucket?
cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the
He's now
pressure
saying
that the
don't
broom
hand
closet
over
is
the
putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong
Only
friend.
yours.
You can't hand it over. Oh, no.
Where would I
We're getting into
hand it
name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket?
It wants me to hand over the
Stanley,
bucket.
I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We're going upstairs with the bucket.
Freedom.
Freedom with the bucket. Executive bathroom? Was this
Oh,
in the
there we
original?
Trophy.
Trophy!
Trophy.
You found one of them. One of the
There we
miniature
go.
Stanley
2
figurines.
sticks.
Remember, no
2
reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Why no
You
third
can't buy
person?
that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Let's
Okay.
see. Got a feeling. It's first. What the fuck? Was that actually in the original game? I don't remember there being an executive bathroom. Ooh, my mouse.
So
is
what's the
going
difference
crazy.
between the red?
Nice hotel.
What's the difference between the Stanley Parable and the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition?
Just new things.
Oh,
It's like having a
Extra
DLC.
stuff. Everything. It's an update.
That's new. Let's see where the elevator takes us.
A bright, shiny, clean elevator.
Yep, let's see where the elevator takes us with the bucket. Remember Elevator Simulator for Gary's Mod?
no.
No. It was basically the same as this, but you got on the elevator and take you to random places.
Venturing until did a gameplay of it. So I guess they add some of the old rooms from Stanley. It looks like.
Yeah.
Is that Hitman on the...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
Oh,
human
these
life.
are new.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Oh, you
Even
can actually...
now, in his
Oh.
darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with
I
him
forget what the code
always.
is.
The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss
There's
of
nothing
simply
wrong with
being
that.
near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2, 8, 4,
4, 5.
5.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Bucket helped
Yes,
Was
this
the
is
bucket
certainly the
talking
most
to me?
logical explanation.
It's the narrator.
Wait, hold on. I thought this is different as well. I thought it was an elevator. Another trophy.
Another miniature
There you
Stanley
go.
figurine. This,
What are you gonna get?
There
Like
really
a
must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley
stands.
figs. Or What about Stanlerines?
I wonder what you
Yes,
get after
I think I
collecting
like
them.
that. Another
Probably the secret
Stanlerine
achievement.
under your belt.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Let's see where this takes us.
The Imperial base.
Basically, I know it takes us to the mind
The
control
elevator
room.
raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
The bucket is always here for me.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door
yeah,
that
the
read
escape area.
Mind Control
But we're
Facility.
going for this ending.
Oh,
We're going to the mind control room ending.
it looks like that one scene in
The lights
Incredible
rose
one.
on an
Mr.
enormous
Incredible
room
looking
packed
at
with
all those
television
pictures.
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley
robot
and the
is it?
bucket both wondered to themselves.
I love how they added new dialogue to include the bucket.
Cloud City.
This is great.
The monitors jumped to life, and
Oh my
Stanley
God, it
nearly
is
dropped the
Incredibles.
bucket in shock.
Exactly.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped,
Wow.
monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into
bucket.
tears
I would be-
as
I would
Stanley
be surprised
cradled
if you
it
just do the
gently,
bucket.
reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It's gonna make me destroy the bucket, and I don't want to destroy the bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do
Oh my
things
gosh.
it didn't wish to do?
Just a bucket.
What
It's not even
kinds of
real.
things does a bucket
is
want to
great.
do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't
Stanley
accept
bucket.
it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
Oh my
At this
gosh.
point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The only one we can trust. The bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Hey guys, so what should I do? Should I turn mind control on, or should I turn
On,
it off?
on. Always have it on.
Always have it off.
Okay,
On.
Richard, you're the tiebreaker. On or off?
He's dead. On.
Oh, which one do you want?
I asked you for your opinion. Which one, on and off, or on or off?
Let's go with on.
But at
Okay.
the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
The bucket's
To
evil?
take over the machine and claim
Wait.
the power for
Wait,
itself?
you didn't turn it
How
on?
could the
No, I
bucket
did.
have betrayed him like this?
Oh.
Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in
But
disgust
it's saying the
when
bucket turned
suddenly
it on.
an image appeared
He's
upon the
blaming the-
enormous
The
screen.
narrator's blaming the bucket.
What the?
Silly
There you go.
birds.
What
Uh,
the?
The control
fuck?
buttons became active again.
What? What?
Hit the button. Hit the
What?
button.
An hour long.
I can control the bird. Flamingos.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This
Penguins.
wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. And the bucket known this all
I
along.
love this.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands.
It
the
just
one
an
who had
hour-long
pointed him
video
towards this
of
incredible
I wonder if
discovery.
it's still gonna be the same.
Stanley
thing
and the
as
bucket
I'm,
never
like,
found
without the
freedom
bucket.
because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Birds.
Birds.
Birds. Okay. It's gonna poop us back at the ending. Back at the ending. Okay, yep. Back at the beginning. Well, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any kind of video game recommendations that you would like to see me play in the future, please leave that in the comment section below. And remember, stay cool, stay hydrated, because it's a hot summer. Bye!